guys, so today I thought I'd do something a little different, and I thought I'd just talk about my Holy Grail serums over the past decade or so. There's close to 10 of them, so it seems like about once a year I'm changing it up for some reason or another, and then I thought I'd talk about why I switched from this to another product. So anyway, up until about 10 years ago, I wasn't the best at skincare. I don't really know if I really use much skincare. Except for maybe a few things my mom gave me. I think I used like some of her Pavonia stuff before then, but really up until the past 10 or so years, not much. So take that into account. So this is really going back about once I started getting into skincare. So, excuse me, Ike is making a bed over here. Okay. So my first one, I think a lot of you guys will know this, the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. I absolutely love this one for so long. It's interesting that I still have at least one of each of these Holy Grails. I couldn't think of anything that I totally finished and then just laid off on. But the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum, they changed the formula and made it really not nearly as impressive as it once was. The price stayed about the same, and they took out some of the peptide. The peptide that was the main star of here, and really didn't change it for the better, in my opinion. I will link to these below. I'm going to link to the current version of all of these. A couple of these have been discontinued totally, so they're impossible to find elsewhere. But I'll link to the current version of this one. It's still not nearly as exciting as the original version. I think they opened up in a couple other countries, and First Aid Beauty got sold to someone, and then things changed, and not for the better, in my opinion. So, especially when you're spending, I think it was like 36 bucks a bottle. When you're spending that much, I wanted something really good, you know. Okay, next up, the Clinique Moisture Surge, what do they call it? The Supercharged Concentrate. And this was sold everywhere for a while. I think it was at Sephora and Ulta and, you know, Nordstrom, all those good guys. And now, I think the only place I can find it right now is Clinique. And I really enjoyed this one. I went through several bottles of it. And then, I changed it up. I wanted something cruelty-free, basically. And maybe something with a little more exciting ingredient list. But I really wanted something cruelty-free, especially if I'm going to use 2 or 3 bottles a year. The more cruelty-free option, the better. So that's kind of why I changed this one. It's overall still a good product. I'll link to it below, but yeah, if I'm going to buy things, I want it to be cruelty-free, especially if it's going to be something I repurchase often. Okay, next up, the Purito Centella Unscented Serum. This one was a really nice one for a long time, and it still is a good product. It's got peptides, Centella, ceramides, no scent to it, pretty affordable. The reason I changed this one, basically I just lost trust with the brand after everything that happened with all the sunscreen. I can only call it sunscreen Armageddon, which was, I don't know, 3 years ago now, maybe even longer, when Purito's SPF 50 was really shown to be SPF 17. I really lost trust in the brand, and they were a brand I didn't want to regularly support as much as I had been, so I wanted to change it up, and I did, and overall there's nothing wrong with it. It's still a good product. When you don't trust their sunscreen, do you trust that this has all the ingredients in it that it claims it does? I don't know. I mean, they could easily be lying about that too, so anyway. Okay, next up, the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. This one was my next one. I found the texture to be very similar to the Purito. Super light, absorbs quickly, non-greasy. And this one's really nice. It's, I didn't realize that it's in a glass bottle now. When I was purchasing, I think it was in a plastic pump bottle. But anyway, now it's in glass. I didn't realize that. But anyway, that's good for recycling. Anyway, so the reason I changed from this one to the next product down is I really wanted something with a bit more antioxidants. This one was more of a kind of a niacinamide type serum with simple ingredients. It's still good and works well for a lot of people. I just wanted something with a little bit more antioxidants and maybe more anti-aging benefits. So anyway, I still use it from time to time, and you know, all of these I'll still probably finish, I guess, at some point. So okay, so next one up is the Mary and May Idebenone Blackberry Complex Serum. And this one I really like because I wanted to use something with more antioxidants. This has more antioxidants. Idebenone, super strong antioxidant. Blackberry and some of those fruit extracts, especially some of the berries, blueberry and things like that, are great for your skin. And this one's also pretty affordable, super light texture. and I really enjoyed this one. So there's still a really nice one. And I guess the reason I changed from this one, I use this one I think a lot during one summer, is I wanted something a little bit more hydrating. I think it was moving into winter, and this one wasn't getting me enough hydration, especially for the daytime, so I moved to something a little bit more moisturizing, and that was the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Serum. And this stuff is amazing. It's got so many good ingredients in here. It's still got the good antioxidants, resveratrol. It's got the peptides in here. It's got the ferments in here. It's amazing. If you haven't tried this or the essence version of this, I highly recommend checking out because it's good. Especially for the price, it's just full of good stuff. So I really like this one. It's definitely a little bit thicker than some of the other products. But this one is really nice. I repurchased, I think this is probably my 3rd bottle or so. So I eventually changed from this one to another one. But I still end up using this one from time to time. And I still do. Typically I use this now more in my evening routine. So, and the other thing I found was sometimes it makes it pill a bit under certain sunscreens. So anyway, so yeah, I really like using my evening routine now. Okay, so next up, we got 2 more. The Pacifica Vegan Ceramide Serum, which I loved, and I could have continued using this line forever. However, Pacifica kind of slowly discontinued it and phased it out. I could not find this product for sale anywhere except on Amazon, sold by some random third-party seller. They still have a couple things from this lineup at Ulta or Target. I think the moisturizer is still available at Ulta, and the cleanser. The cleanser I didn't love from this line, but the moisturizer is really nice. But anyway, so this stuff was discontinued, and honestly, I didn't want to continue to fall in love with it more, so I found my next product. And anyway, so I don't know, Pacifica tends to do that with stuff a lot. I don't know how they pick which ones they keep or not, but I really like the vegan ceramide line because it was fragrance free, and obviously for them it wasn't a huge seller, else they probably would have kept the whole line around. Okay, so last but not least, my current favorite is the Hyi Natural Repair Serum. I love this stuff. I will link to it below at Amazon, sold and shipped by Hyggee, but you can also check it out at Stylovana. I think I initially picked it up from YesStyle, but I've been out of stock there for forever now, so I have no idea if it's ever coming back in stock or not, but this stuff is really nice, really affordable. The bottle, if you get the 4-ounce size, is huge, and it's not that much more expensive, and the bottle will last you forever. So before I picked up the full size, I went through 2 of the smaller sizes and found I loved it, and then went to the giant size, which is still one of my favorites. So anyway, so this one is getting down there. It's probably right about here on the bottle. So I got a little bit left. So this one has lasted me forever because I've been using this one now probably about a year. Well, they left a spot for me to write the open date, which I didn't do. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to keep using this because I love it. Ginseng and goodies and no fragrance, wonderful texture. I love it. And it plays well under moisturizers and sunscreens and things like that, so I've never had an issue with it. So anyway, absolute winner. All of these are still, you know what, I say everything else is discontinued. I could still be happy using each one of these, but I just want the best thing that's going to be the most beneficial for my skin, the best texture, the best price, cruelty-free. Is that a lot to ask? I don't know. I guess it is, because I've slowly went through boom, 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 boom. And I'll say out of all of these, the ones I probably used the longest was the First Aid Beauty. I probably used this one a couple of years. And then I probably used the Purito a couple of years. And anyway. So, on to the Hyggee, and that's my current love. So, anyway, so this is a walk down memory lane, which is kind of fun to think, oh, I loved this one for a while, and then, moved to that one, and, oh, geez, we had a big scandal. Do I trust that? So I moved on to another brand. Anyway, so, I guess I'm curious, do you guys have a history like this? It's kind of like, remember all your old car, your first car, your second car, the car you totaled when you're 17, the second car you totaled when you were whatever age. The second car you totaled, but they didn't write it off because it was like $1,000 less to fix. Anyway. Don't worry, I haven't totaled anything for at least 15 years, so I'm good. No accidents in 15 years. My driving record is impeccable, said the cop that pulled me over a few years ago for speeding just a little bit. Anyway. And he didn't give me a ticket because my driving record is impeccable. Although had he pulled me over 15 years ago, probably would have gotten the ticket. So, anyway. Okay. Anyway, interested in hearing from you guys what your history is, if you have one. And, yeah, that's about it. So, love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.